Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. It's now time for Science TV 1 p.m. news. My name is Chris Mololo. Our sign language interpreter is Wanja Ngede, and here are the latest stories from our newsrooms this hour. Let's begin. Education stakeholders today convened end of the Kenya Institute of Special Education to unveil a digital diagnostic platform designated to assess learners' abilities and map out pathways for talent development. The tool is expected to evaluate individuals' strengths at an early stage and generate tailored recommendations on how each learner's potential can be nurtured within the school system. Education Principal Secretary Julius Bitok says the innovation will help identify gifted children across diverse fields, including athletics, engineering, drama, and business, among other disciplines. By leveraging data-driven assessment, stakeholders noted that the platform will enable teachers and institutions to provide targeted support, mentorship, and exposure opportunities aligned to each learner's demonstrated aptitude. Education leaders described the initiative as a transformative step in expanding opportunities under the competency-based education framework. They revealed that more than 230,000 teachers have already undergone retooling to align with the new curriculum, positioning the system to effectively integrate the digital platform into classroom practice nationwide.
Far too long, we have been ignoring some of the talented children, and we have been using guesswork. But today we have a tool, a very special tool, that is a product of many years of research from the experts. And we are saying now, all gifted children, all talented children will be assessed using this tool to identify what strengths they have. We are working very closely with the Teacher Service Commission to ensure that we retool teachers also on these areas, including using the tool to identify talent. We have a big project also coming up here in Kise to support assistive devices, to build 8 national centers for special education.
This is a game changer in the education sector because it will be standardized. Therefore, there will be no biasness. It changes the way we approach assessment in identifying learners with special talents and gifts.
Society of Kenya is conducting nationwide elections today with voting underway across designated polling centers as members elect officials to steer the society's affairs. Lawyers turned out early to cast their ballots in an exercise expected to shape the direction of the influential professional body. Among those contesting the presidency are Peter Wanyama, Charles Kanjama, and Mwaura Kabata, all seeking to succeed the outgoing leadership. The official campaign period closed yesterday, paving the way for today's voting in accordance with the society's electoral guidelines. The exercise is being administered by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, and involves approximately 18,000 advocates across the country. Results are expected to be announced later today once voting and tallying process is complete. More than 1,000 Kenyan nationals are reported to be involved in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and that's according to a government intelligence briefing. The report presented in Parliament indicates that the recruitment of Kenyans to fight in the foreign war was facilitated by officials, including immigration officers, agents from the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, DCI, and representatives of the National Employment Authority. In the parliamentary session where the report was read, Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah said that one company was used as a channel to enlist large number of Kenyans for service abroad. He told lawmakers that 2 local hospitals were involved in conducting medical examinations for recruits prior to their deployment. The findings have raised questions about the oversight of recruitment practices and the role of public officers in enabling citizens to join foreign combat operations. Lawmakers are expected to press for further investigations and the accountability following the disclosure.
Active war front areas. One Kenyan, Eric Korinko, was shot and unfortunately lost his life. Others remain injured or missing in Russia. Agencies have been colluding with rogue airport staff from the Directorate of Immigration Services, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, Anti-Narcotics Unit, and National Employment Authority to facilitate the recruits without interception at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. They have also been colluding with staff at the Russian Embassy in Nairobi and the Kenyan Embassy in Moscow. Face Human Resources Limited, a private recruitment agency located along Koinange Street in Nairobi, owned by one Festus Arasa Omwamba. The agency has actively conducted recruitment drives in Kenya targeting skilled and semi-skilled youth for foreign employment, as in using the Kazi Maju initiative to present itself as a legitimate government-endorsed recruiter.
Other news, President William Ruto has extended the greetings to Muslims across Kenya as the holy month of Ramadan commences, calling on the faithfuls to pray for the nation and uphold values of faith, unity, and compassion. He described the period as a time for reflection, sacrifice, and strengthening bonds within communities. President Ruto urged Muslims to remember the country in their prayers, noting that the spiritual support and moral guidance offered during Ramadan contribute to peace and social harmony. He highlighted the importance of generosity and collective responsibility in fostering cohesion among citizens. The president also emphasized the broader significance of the month, which includes fasting, increased devotion, and acts of charity. Government officials have supported the observances by facilitating measures such as duty-free importation of dates, reinforcing the spirit of goodwill and compassion during the sacred period. And to some politics, Kisumu women representative Ruth Odinga has challenged the decision to remove Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna as Secretary General of the Orange Democratic Movement, terming the process flawed and unprocedural. Odinga argued that the party failed to adhere to its internal disputes, resolution mechanisms, and disciplinary structures before effecting the changes in leadership. Sifuna's removal was reportedly endorsed by the party's National Executive Committee during a recent meeting, triggering immediate backlash from sections of the membership. Odinga maintained that due process should have been followed, including granting the affected official to respond to any allegations and called for dialogue to avoid further divisions within the party. The dispute has since escalated to the Political Parties Disputes Tribunal, which issued interim orders preserving the status quo pending a full hearing. The unfolding roar underscores growing internal tensions within ODM as it navigates strategic and leadership questions ahead of the next general election cycle. And finally, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Kipchumba Murkomen, is currently in Laikipia County for a security engagement and citizens service assessment. The tour, which began at 11 a.m., focuses on evaluating the prevailing security situation and the effectiveness of government service delivery at the grassroots level. Officials say the visit comes amid concerns of rising incidents of insecurity in Laikipia and neighboring regions, including livestock theft and sporadic violence. CS Murkomen is meeting with local security officials, county administrators, and community representatives to gather first-hand information on challenges affecting residents' safety. The assessment also covers the delivery of Huduma services and other government programs in the county.